Hello and welcome to our virtual time clock training series. In this video, we'll be covering how to review and approve employee hours for payroll. Let's get started. So go ahead and open the time clock, and we're going to go to File, Turn Administration On to enter admin mode. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you go to Configure and then Payroll Settings to set up your pay period within virtual time clock. If you're using Basic Edition, approving hours for payroll is very simple. You can choose the Timecard button right here to review employee hours, make sure everything looks correct. You can review the totals. And if you need to make any changes, you can use the Entry Editor button at the top of the report. When you're done reviewing, you can save or print a report for your record if needed. And once hours are approved, the only thing to do is click the Close Period button. Closing period will advance your report, all your report dates to the next payroll period, and store all of your old time punches in an archive state so they can't be accidentally changed down the road. So it's important to do this at the end of every payroll period. So I'm going to click Continue to Close, and then I'll get a successfully closed message, and now I know that I'm on the next payroll period. So if you're using Pro or Network Edition, I'm going to pull up my Pro Edition. Steps are a little bit different. Instead of starting with time cards, we actually have a whole payroll approval dashboard set up in Pro Network Edition. So I can click the Approval button right here. And then in this window, I have a quick view of every person's name and then a total from their regular overtime, any time off, leave hours, and then a total. And so I can review these and make sure they're all correct. If I have anything I need to look into, I can click on any employee's name and view their time card. And once you're in the time card, of course, you can choose the Entry Editor to make changes to the time card. You can always reach out to the employee if you have any questions. And then once you've gone through and approved hours and everything's right, step number 1 here is to sign off on time cards. So that basically approves them for the final close. Steps 2 and 3 are optional. Viewing the report here allows you to view just a nicely formatted payroll report that you can print and sign for your records, or if you want to hand that to your payroll folks. And then step number 3, if you set up payroll integration with one of the payroll solutions we integrate with, this is when you can save that export file to be imported. And then step number 4 is important. Just like in Basic Edition, it's important at the end of every pay period to approve hours and then make sure you're closing your period. That will keep all of your report dates up to date on the correct pay period, and then it'll also store all old entries in an archive, again, so they can't be accidentally edited. So once you've closed, you'll get a confirmation that your payroll period has been advanced, and now you're all set. If you ever need to open or reopen a closed period to make changes or anything like that, you can go to Configure, Payroll Settings, and you can either reopen the prior period and do that a couple times, or you can just change the current payroll period dates to what you're looking for. So this whole process of approving payroll, you'll be doing this at the end of every pay cycle. And while it's very important to close your period, employees can still punch in and out if you don't have the opportunity to close the period right on time or on the day your payroll period closes. That's very normal, and that's okay. Employees can still punch in and out. You'll just want to do that as soon as you can so that report dates show the correct date for employees and for administrators. So if you have any other additional questions about Virtual Time Clock, please visit our website to give us a call or send an email to service@redcourt.com.